Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for responding to the poll that I put up on my community page the other day. I hope that everybody is doing fine. I hope that everybody is happy and healthy, and most importantly safe. That is the most important thing. Stay safe, especially if currently you are in California. Today I am here with an unboxing book haul video. I'd like to change the way I do my book haul videos on my channel, because usually I make collective book haul videos, which means that I wait for like 6 months, 7 months, and then in one sitting I'll just show you all the books that I bought in that 6-7 months long period. But I feel like that when I do that, I end up showing so many different books to you guys that I cannot discuss the books with you guys. I only have time in those videos to show you, oh, this is what I bought, oh, this is what I bought, but I cannot really say anything about the books, and I don't think it's particularly helpful. In certain ways, it feels like just a show-off video, and that's not what I want. I never want to come across as somebody who's like, oh, look what I bought. That's not what I want. That's not who I am, and that's not how I want these videos to feel. So I decided to introduce a couple of changes to the way I do my book haul videos. I want to do smaller ones, and I want to share more thoughts with you about the books. Obviously, I am very limited with what I can share because I have not read these books yet, and I also don't want to spread misinformation. So I will tell you all the background story, and I will tell you everything that I know about these books. And for the reviews, you will probably have to return to my channel. And while we are talking about returning to this channel, hit share, like, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. We have a lot of fun bookish videos happening on this channel. And also, you know the drill. Please comment down below what is the book that you are currently reading and whether you like that book or not. And if you're not reading any books, or you don't know what to comment, then maybe just comment algorithm. And now let's get to the fun part. Let's get to unboxing. What I'm gonna do, because you guys know by now that I am terrible with opening these packages, so what I'm gonna do is to actually open maybe a couple of packages at the same time, and then I'll show you the books. And while I am opening these packages, I just wanted to talk to you guys about a couple of things. Now, you guys know that I am building a home library. That is my dream, to have my own home library one day. And you guys know that I am buying basically all of my books. But because I buy a lot of books, because I read a lot of books, and because I'm building this home library, over the years I have come up with a lot of ways how to buy my books and how to be smart about, oh dear Lord. Right now it is snowing in Massachusetts, and the snowfall is pretty heavy, so they are cleaning up the streets and the pavements, thanks God. So that's where the noise is coming from. But where was I? Oh yeah, buying books. I try to be as smart as I can about buying books with new releases, because I read a lot of new releases. Sometimes it's tricky. But with all other books, it's not that complicated. I like to buy them used. I sometimes thrift books. I also sometimes get books from little free libraries, and of course I order books from Amazon and also through Amazon Used. But you guys know that I also really like to use Blackwell's. I think that UK bookstore is actually significantly cheaper than any other US bookstores. I also often order from Goodwill Books and also Thrift Books. Books are coming up in this haul. And I like to ask you to look at this book haul video more like a book recommendations video. I am not necessarily encouraging you to spend a lot of money and to buy books. I'm trying to encourage you to read, and I am just trying to bring these books to your attention. You are a valid reader, whether you read one book or you read 1,000 books. You are a valid reader, whether you own one book or you own 1,000 books. it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. But back to the books, we have a lot of books in today's video, and I think that after unboxing everything and after showing you everything, I will also need to reorganize my TBR, because currently I am looking at it and it is totally out of control. You guys let me know if you would like to see my entire physical TBR and if you would like to see TBR reorganization video. Woohoo! And the first book is The Atlantis Gene. Now you guys, I had no idea that this book was the rage when it got published. It's a sci-fi book and apparently 4 million copies sold. Wow, I really like the cover. I cannot wait to get to this book, because this book apparently discusses like the origins of humanity, obviously in a sci-fi setting. And apparently in this book there is this scientist who goes to Antarctica and they discover something in the ice. And also there is another scientist researching autism in Jakarta, Indonesia, and somehow these two discoveries are linked. I cannot wait to get to it. I adore stories that try to discuss the origins of humanity. One of my all-time favorite movies is Prometheus within the Alien franchise. I love the Alien franchise. Like, I'm watching whatever movie they come out with. I bet you sweet little plump asses that I am watching it. I also watched the newest one. What is that? Romulus? Whatever. This is not about the movie, this is about the book. But Prometheus is kind of like the same setting. It's like a sci-fi setting. It's a sci-fi movie discussing, again, the origins of humanity. And I adore those kind of stories. So I cannot wait to get to Atlantis Gene, and I do hope that I will like it. I only bought the first book, but this is a trilogy. And I cannot wait to get the other books, and I cannot wait to wrap up the whole story. I know exactly what the next book is, because this is very thin and there is only one thin book that I ordered, a Ruth Ozeki book, Time Code of a Face. You guys know that I am obsessed with Ruth Ozeki, and basically I want to read her entire backlist, because one of her books, Tale for the Time Being. Yeah, that is the title of the book, and it is one of my all-time favorite books. For those of you who don't know, Ruth Ozeki is a Japanese-American filmmaker, writer, author. She is also a Zen priestess, and Buddhism usually takes the center stage in her books. And the concept behind this book is so interesting to me, because apparently she stares into the mirror for like 3 hours long, and she records meditations on race, aging, family, death, the body's self-doubt, and finally acceptance. This book is a very profound encounter with memory and the mirror. It just sounds so interesting to me. Anything that Ruth Ozeki publishes / shares, I am reading it. All right, next is Anne Boleyn by Alison Weir. Oh my god, this got a lot of stickers on it. Ooh, I hope that I will be able to, yeah, it looks like that I will be able to remove these stickers. Anyways, I will do it after the video. But wow, this cover is so beautiful. You guys know me by now. Anything that's purple, I need it. I need to have it. I need to read it. Now, I read Elizabeth of York by this author last year, and I adored that book. But I love historical fiction, especially if it's about England for some reason, and especially if it's about the Tudors. And she has this series, The Six Tudor Queens, and she basically wrote a fictional memoir for the 6 wives of Henry VIII. I never miss a chance on this channel to bash Henry VIII. He is a character that we absolutely hate on this channel. But Anne Boleyn is a character that I admire. I admire this lady. I admire this woman. And this book, Anne Boleyn, this is the second one. Obviously, the first one is Catherine of Aragon. his first wife, and I think I'm also getting that book, but maybe, just maybe, I will start with the Anne Boleyn one. Maybe. All right, next, some more packages, and I know that these are the easy open Amazon ones, but I never open them easily. This is a historical romance. Yes, I am still going through my historical romance era, and honestly, I don't think that it will ever end. I don't want it to ever end. And this is The Bride by Julie Garwood. And I mentioned it in my 2025 TVR video that I really want to branch out a little bit and I want to read older historical romances, and this book is from 1989. This book is a millennial like I am. I cannot wait to get to it because it's not enough that it's kind of like an older historical romance, but it also takes place in Scotland because our hero is Scottish, and the Scottish lord takes an English bride. I cannot wait to get to it. I'm so happy that this book arrived. It was actually really hard to get this book, probably because it's an older book. I couldn't buy it used, so I just ended up ordering it through Amazon. The next two books are from thrift books, and I remember one of the books that I ordered from them, but not both of them. But this one, the very first one, oh, I know exactly which one this is. This is a memoir. This is the memoir of Mariah Carey, The Meaning of Mariah Carey. I love reading memoirs, guys. And the Britney Spears memoir, the Paris memoir, the Trevor Noah memoir, Michelle Obama's memoir, they blew my mind. They were so incredibly good, and especially after reading the Britney Spears one and the Paris Hilton one, I knew that I had to pick up this book. I grew up listening to Mariah Carey songs, right? Heartbreaker, do you guys know that song? I love that song. It is still on my playlist. I freaking adore that song. And me, oh my. I'm not as good as Mariah Carey, obviously, but I cannot wait to read her book. I also want to get the audiobook for this book, and I already put in a request through Libby because it is Mariah Carey who narrates this audiobook, and I really want to listen to it. In my eyes, it is such an extra credit when the celebrity agrees to narrate their memoirs because, these ladies went through a lot of trauma, and I don't think it's easy to look back and to go through your story again and again and again in your head. I think it must be actually pretty difficult. So I appreciate when they agree to narrating their own books. And just like I said, I cannot wait to put my hands on the audiobook. What was the other book that I ordered? What else did I buy? Oh, yes, another historical romance, The Truth About Cats and Jukes by Alyssa Braden. I never read anything by this author, and I know that this is the second book in the series, and in general, people love this series and love this author, so I cannot wait to get to it. This book is a second book in a series that is apparently all about marriage of convenience. And I think that when it comes to historical romances, marriage of convenience is my favorite trope. So it was a no-brainer to me to get this book. If you read this book, please let me know in the comments below. And if you have any historical romance recommendations to me that is based on the trope of marriage of convenience, please let me know. You guys lately have been leaving so many historical romance book recommendations to me, and I love it. I am logging them all in my Goodreads. So please don't stop. Just keep leaving me recommendations. All right, next. Oh wow, this is a big package. What the hell did I buy? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, 2 books. What? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, these two books, one of them is a non-fiction and then the other one is a fiction. This is a non-fiction book that I am so interested in because you guys know that I love ships and specifically shipwrecks. It's a morbid thing to say I love them. I don't love them. I am just weirdly fascinated by shipwrecks, especially the Titanic, but let's not go there again in today's video. And this is History of the World in 12 Shipwrecks. And I cannot wait to read this book because also the HMS Terror is discussed in this book and I am also obsessed with that story. So I cannot wait to read this book. From what I understand, this book is a collection of 12 essays and 12 stories surrounding these 12 ships and shipwrecks. There are pictures. Oh, there are pictures in the book. Ooh, oh my. How they discover these different objects and recover these different oh wow. All right, back to the original point that I was trying to make. If you are somebody who struggles with reading nonfiction, I think that there are two types of nonfictions that can easily help you out. One, definitely read memoirs, and number two, try to read these kind of books that are collections of multiple stories and you just have to finish one story at a time, and once you finished all stories, you finished the book itself. Oh my god, this is just something that got me so interested right now. And the other book is, oh my god, and look at the cover. I love this cover, and this book has been on my TBR for quite some time now. This is Bless Your Heart by Lindy Ryan, I believe. And the synopsis of this book sounds so good. In this book, we will follow the Evans family, or Evans ladies. I believe that they are sisters and they live in Texas, maybe East Texas, Southeast Texas, and they run a funeral parlor, and one of their neighbors unfortunately shows up dead, but then she returns, and she returns as a vampire. I cannot decide if this book is serious, if it's gonna be on the scarier side, or is it gonna be more I don't know, Grady Hendrix style, comedy horror. I don't know, but I cannot wait to get to this book. All right, next, what do we have next? We have 2 Amazon packages. What is in this one? This one. Blackmore. You guys know that I recently finished Edenbrook. That book was so good. That book was so good. Of course, I had to pick up the other book of the author. And this is gonna be a childhood friends to lovers book, and I cannot wait to get to it. I kind of feel like that nothing can really top Edenbrook, but I'm hoping that this book will be able to, live up to the expectations. If you guys read this book, please let me know. I cannot wait to get to it, but I am looking at this huge pile of books and I cannot wait to get to any of them. So yeah, this 2025 reading situation looks a little bit chaotic right now. All right, what's next? This is also a very big parcel. I think I know. Yes. One of them is the Elif Shafak book, and I'm so happy because this book order got cancelled twice and it is finally here, but I will tell you more about this book in just a second. What is this? Oh, and another historical romance. Of course. The Perks of Loving a Scoundrel by Jennifer Kristen. When I read the synopsis of this book, I was like, this is something that I need to read. And look at that cover. Oh my god, this is just beautiful. I have so many great historical romances for 2025. It's insane. But the Elif Shafak book. Whoa, guys, this is insane. insanely beautiful. This is the US release by Elif Shafak, and this is the UK cover, and that is why it was so hard to get it, because my order from Blackwell's got cancelled, and then I tried to order it from the US, so got cancelled, and then I just decided to order it through Amazon because I cannot wait to get to this book. And Ruth Ozeki blurbed this book. I cannot wait to get to it. Now, in typical Elif Shafak fashion, because she writes these historical fictions that also intertwine with a contemporary timeline. It's very interesting. And in this book, we will have 3 timelines apparently that are all historical, because we have one taking place in Mesopotamia and then another one taking place in Victorian London, and you guys all know by now how I feel about Victorian London, right? And then we also have one taking place in like the 90s in like more modern day London, and all the characters are connected with one drop of water. Yes, please, this is something that I want to read. And also I'm looking at the print. Thank you for printing books like this with the font size is actually normal, so I can read it, because in my age this is exactly the font size that I need. All right, those were all the books that I wanted to unbox in today's video, but I also have a couple of other books that I bought from bookstores, I believe, and I also have one that I got from a little free library. And careful. I also want to quickly show you guys these books. The very first one, and this is the one that I got from the little free library, this is The Hunting Party by Lucy Foley. I never read anything by this author, and I believe that this is her first published book, and I want to read it because I am kind of like in a murder mystery mood. I don't usually read murder mysteries, but I don't know what to say. I am in the mood. And also this is something that takes place in Scotland, and you can tell by the cover that it takes place in winter. I think specifically New Year's Eve, and it is not New Year's Eve anymore, but it is winter in Massachusetts, and it is snowing. It is snowing. I think this is the perfect time to get to this murder mystery. Apparently, friends go to a hunting lodge in Scotland, and then one of them turns up dead, and it is a very isolated location, so obviously it's one of them who is the killer. Why is it giving me Then There Were None vibes? I have no idea. I guess I just have to read it. Now, when it comes to the next 4 books, I know that these are the books that I already showed you guys in one of my vlogs. I think this was a festive book shopping vlog, I think. Yeah, but I just quickly wanted to include them in today's video. The very first book is Year of Wonders by Geraldine Brooks, and in this book, this is a historical fiction. It takes place in 1666, and this is all about the plague and how the plague got to the English countryside, and about a lady who will or will not be accused with witchcraft because she survives this plague, I think. I cannot wait to get to reading this book. That cover is insane. And there were so many of you commenting that this book is amazing. So you guys really hyped me up for this book. I cannot wait to get to it. Next is the only book that I have not read yet in the Elfheim Cruel Prince universe, whatever. I read the original trilogy and I also read the spin-off series, so I need to read this one, How the King of Elfheim Learned to Hate Stories. I cannot wait to go back to the universe and then read a little bit more about Cardan and Jude. I just love it. I love it. What Holly Black created there is just amazing. And so many people out there have fantastic reviews when it comes to specifically this book in the series. Next is Jade City by Fonda Lee. And I am very excited to start this trilogy because everybody in my life, in my professional life, in my personal life, in my online booktube life, everybody just keeps commenting that this fantasy series is a masterpiece and this is something that I need to read. So I am definitely getting to it, guys. Do I need to start another fantasy series in 2025 when only God knows how many unfinished fantasy series I have? Do I need to start a new one? No. But am I going to start a new one? Yes. The next are 2 historical romances. Are we really surprised? One of them is Lord of Scoundrels. That is a hard word for me. Scoundrels, yeah, by Loretta Chase. And there were some of you commenting in my historical romance video that Lord of Scoundrels is actually a fantastic book. This was a recommendation by you guys. And also I have another one by Stephanie Lawrence, Devil's Bride. And I also got this book. This was actually very hard to source, but I got this book because this is also one book that was published in 1980 something. Oh, 1998, but still, this book is, you know, relatively old when it comes to the historical fiction genre, and I cannot wait to sample this one and to sample Bride. I do hope that these older historical fictions will work for me. Next is Love in the Time of Serial Killers. I got this book because it's been on my TBR for a very long time. I'm kind of in the mood to read it, and this was also on sale. I think it was like $3.99 or something like that. And that cover got me. And this is about a girl, Phoebe, who is obsessed with true crime stories and specifically serial killers. And she is convinced that her new neighbor is a serial killer. This premise just sounds so good to me. I cannot wait to get to this book. And the last 2 books, that's for Zsuzsi. The last 2 books that I have here to show you guys are non-fiction books. And I have very high expectations when it comes to these non-fiction books. One of them, this is very heavy. One of them is Sapiens. This is my Mount Everest when it comes to nonfiction. As much as I am interested in this book, I am very interested in the topics, and I'm sure that this book will teach me so much. I am also really scared to start Sapiens. Wow, this book. This is an insanely good quality book. I could like £2, £3 easily. Wow. And the last nonfiction book on my list, and this is something that I want to start reading like basically right away, maybe even tonight, is The Surrender Experiment by Michael A. Singer. I know that this author has many books. I never read anything by him. This will be the first one. This is a deeply spiritual book, and I'm actually really interested in it. Like, you guys know that I read a lot of self-help and self-improvement books. I like them. I am one of those people who actually finds a lot of value in these books. And this book will basically investigate what happens when you surrender yourself to the universe. This is something that I just find so interesting. Let go of your personal preferences and simply let life call the shots. Okay, we'll see. We'll see what this book will teach me. Whew. Wow, all right. These are all the books that I bought to start 2025 with. Now you guys let me know what is on your reading list for 2025. Now hit share, like, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Stay safe, that's the most important thing. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon in an upcoming video. Bye!